He won the first prize for the best imitation of one of the characters in StarCraft. Please give him a warm welcome.
Hello. How's it going? Wait for the image here. It's a little awkward pause. It's okay. We're going to make it. So, in the summer of... Oh, bend it up. Yeah, I'm a bit tall. Yeah. In the summer of 2005, 120,000 StarCraft fans showed up on the beaches of Busan, South Korea, to watch the finals between the KT Magic Ends and the SK Telecom teams to play StarCraft 1. That's the image there of the tournament. And this event holds the Guinness World Record for most people at a live video game event, which was good because it was originally recorded as we get the next image going, it was originally recorded as the most people who showed up live to watch two Korean kids hang out in a phone booth. But they quickly rectified that. And StarCraft was released in 1998 by Blizzard Entertainment, and all the reviews were raving. It was quickly catapulted to the title of Greatest RTS of all time, which stands for Real-Time Strategy, which is hundreds of thousands of dates have been canceled all over the globe because of this game, and just as many classes missed because some things are just more important. And yeah, the sequel, StarCraft 2, came out in 2010, July to be exactly. And StarCraft is the national sport of South Korea. It is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Members of the teams are treated like the greatest footballers in Europe, true celebrities, and it's quite a phenomenon. So how could a video game become so popular in a culture? Hopefully we're going to try and get to the bottom of that today as we continue on. So my name is Danny DeAngelis, and my online name under my commentator name is SaharaDrac, otherwise known as the jerk I just unsubscribed from on YouTube. And I am a StarCraft 2 commentator. Some of you may already be familiar with StarCraft, and some of you may not. It's a game that I love, and it's... where was I at? Oh, it's one of the most respected and admired games of all time, and it's not just video games. I'm talking about chess, Battleship, the one that I just mentioned where you kick the little ball at the net thing. I don't know, whatever that is, and it's considered as great as these games, especially to the fans. So I was in my second year of high school when StarCraft was first released, and captivated me immediately. It was my first experience playing against strangers online. And that meant back then we were on 56K modems, which meant the trend of listening to 14-year-olds berate you on the internet while their character squats on your face was not quite as popular yet, so it was kind of a golden age. Could I just get the next image up there, just so you know? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And the game seamlessly blends perfect balance with all the strategic thinking of chess. It's very similar to chess in its strategic depth, but it adds the action-packed pace of a great sport or a competition or an action movie or anything, really, because it's got lots of lasers and stuff, so that's good anytime. And I knew immediately that I had found something special when I first played this game in high school. So let's get the next image. The three races in the game: the human-like and also quite redneck Terrans, the haughty and stuck-up Protoss, and the very insectoid-like, but also strangely, a lot of their units look like candy, Zerg, are in this game. Do not eat the Zerg, though. That would be a terrible idea, full of acid. The thing that made this game stand out amongst gamers so much was the balance between the three races. When you lose at StarCraft, it's not because something was cheap. It's not because there was an imbalance or something that got exploited that you couldn't help. It's a lot like a sport in that when you lose at StarCraft, it's only because of you. Perhaps you didn't manage your economy well enough, or perhaps you made one tiny little mistake with your unit movement that cost you the game. So that is probably the biggest reason that StarCraft is so respected, because it's such a difficult task to achieve that near-perfect balance that it has. Yeah. And the harsh, unforgiving, perfectly balanced game is what opens the door to self-improvement. And I have always been a fierce competitor. I played basketball a lot in high school, and that hunger for competition carried over quite a bit over into my far nerdier hobby, StarCraft. And it's a game that can consume you, because losing really sucks. Oh man, get so angry when you lose. But you start picturing everyday objects as StarCraft buildings and units. Paper plates can be bunkers, and bananas can be giant Protoss carriers, big yellow bananas floating in the sky. And anyone who's been addicted to StarCraft can tell you this is not just me. You dream about it. You dream about new strategies at night when you lose before bed. And as we move to the next image here, StarCraft is a game that rewards its players through their own improvement, despite the social side effects. Yeah. And that's Slayer's Boxer up there on the left, for anyone to know. He's the greatest StarCraft competitor of all time. And naturally, this mass appeal, popularity, and competitive nature of StarCraft and StarCraft II led to tournaments being held, from small local events at colleges and things like that, to the massive multi-billion-dollar industry we have today, prevalent in South Korea. And like any sport, the matches need to be broadcast live, and like any live sport, they need commentators. And that's where my part of the StarCraft community begins. I always knew I wanted to be involved in the amazing community of StarCraft because I love the game so much. But up until StarCraft II was released, I wasn't quite as skilled as the pro gamers. I was pretty bad at the game despite my love and passion. So I wanted to get involved in it because I thought I had decent knowledge, a decent voice, and a lot of insight. But unfortunately, the skills weren't up to snuff. So I feel as though I didn't have the authority to commentate on it yet, but I blame the American government for that, for making me go to school. Like, I thought we were the land of the free. We're free to play StarCraft, right? No, apparently not. And before the release of StarCraft II, I did try commentating other games, and I have some small examples of that as we'll roll the video here.
Thanks for tuning in to Tetris Live with SaharaDrac, and hope you've all enjoyed the matches so far. And oh my God, why would you put that there? You're so stupid! All right, here we have Mega Dan Bordiano, probably the greatest Mega Man player that's ever lived. He's going to go ahead and approach this pit and... Okay. Man, and these guys are mining up a storm. These asteroids won't know what hit them when these guys continue to mine with their lasers, and they are going to make so much money. And this is just great stuff to watch because these guys are mining. There. Oh.
Yes, that was my actual mining barge in EVE Online. Yes, true footage of the excitement of EVE Online. But those games didn't just have that StarCraft magic, that pure competitive, action-packed screen full of just tons of stuff to talk about and lots of stuff to watch. So fortunately, after over 11 years of waiting, because Blizzard Entertainment is notorious for taking a long time to make anything, 11 years of waiting, StarCraft II was finally released, and I got to start practicing a new game from scratch. And so far, the results have been great. I got to hone my commentating through trial, error, practice, all while playing the game with this, which I think is the best video game community in the world, hands down. And watching some of the most skilled players in the world compete in huge money tournaments all the time. So what we're going to do is give you a small example of what I do. I'm going to be doing the end of a very exciting game I recently cast between the players Hannibal and Cezanne. And they're playing Terran and Zerg, respectively. So let's take a look at that. All right, as you can see here, we have Hannibal camped up in the middle of the map, and he has those siege tank units there blasting away at the Zerg base, which, as you can see, spread this purple goo all over the map. They're a very insectoid-like race and spread like a virus over the map. And your job as Terran is to purge that infection from the map and win the game. So Zerg sending his Zerglings in now. Those are those tiny, cute little creatures running up there. And this is a very important decision in a lot of games where you either want to trade bases or you want to try and go back and stop the Zerg from killing everything you have. And Hannibal here is opting to let these Zerglings completely destroy his base while gathering the reward of destroying his opponent's base at the same time. And the way to win a game of StarCraft 2 is to destroy every building. Once every building of your opponent's is gone, then you win the game. So there's the siege tanks firing their awesome shells at the Zerg hatchery, and the Marines there underneath those ships are healing them. And they're both wiping out each other's bases simultaneously. So now it's a foot race to victory. And you can see here, Terran buildings can lift off the ground and float away, so that definitely helps them a lot. But Zerg does have those flying units there able to hit it, and right now, I mean, both these players are on professional gaming teams in Korea. This game means a lot. As you can see, he did not see the spire, and that one small mistake right there, he did not win the game yet because he missed that spire up in the top. So lucky break for Zerg that Terran made that tactical error. So he's just going to float his buildings away and try and buy himself time. It's a very tense moment. A lot of money involved in these games. So even if it's not a tournament, players usually bet money just because they're junkies like that. And here he comes now, siege tank sieging up, and these flying units, these mutalisks, cannot fight the Marines because their guns they have the ability to shoot up, so that's good for them. And the mutalisks and the Zerglings cannot fight this army. It's too strong of an army, so they have to just try and find these last buildings and destroy them before this mighty Terran force annihilates everything the Zerg has. And here's these cute little guys here, these green units called Banelings. They explode. They're like landmines, living landmines. And they can explode and kill a lot of units if timed correctly, but it's a very, very tough skill to acquire to use Banelings properly. So now that Red has been revealed, the Terran has realized that building he missed up top is all that's left before he wins this game. So he's sending his Marines and tanks up there to finish it up. He's feeling pretty confident. And there's those Banelings buried in the ground, and oh boy, 23 Marines reduced to 3 Marines, and the game has suddenly swung distinctly in the Zerg's favor because all those mutalisks and Zerglings can easily handle this army now. As you can see here, they come to save the day, and mutalisks are going to take out the tanks, and the Spire, if he kills this building, he'll win the game. And right there, 170 hit points left on the Spire, and now there is absolutely nothing that the Terran can do because he stepped on those Marines, and that was or those Banelings, and that was a brilliant move by Zerg. Very hard to have such map awareness and plan out such a thing and have such great timing. And there's the last Terran building. He's very futile efforts to repair it right now because it's not going to matter. And yep, there's the moves to clean it up. So very simple moves such as those landmines, mobile landmines, but very advanced stuff. It takes a lot of practice to have that kind of awareness of what's happening on the map. So, and these guys, we measure a StarCraft player's speed in what's called APM, stands for actions per minute. And these guys are both around 400 to 450 actions per minute. So that's individual commands per minute, and their hands are very fast. So. So this kind of strategic action is commonplace in the game, and these skilled players are forced to make game-changing decisions and pull off these amazing moves all the time. It's why I love commentating. It's why I love the game, is moments like that. And I consider myself very lucky to be a small part of this game's legacy, and I'm not unique in my position as a commentator. I am not the first of my kind, as a matter of fact. People like Nick Tasteless Plot, his brother Sean Day9 Plot, Dan Artosis Demtoski, and the Korean commentators I would watch late into the night without any comprehension of what they were saying paved the way for me to do what I do today. So they made it easy for me, basically. StarCraft is not just about the multiplayer, though. It is for me, because I'm just a crazy competition junkie like that, but I work for a site called sclegacy.com. And just like Star Trek, people are very into the lore, very into the characters, the worlds, the storyline, and SC Legacy is by far the best site on the internet for those resources. So people are always dissecting the characters and storylines, and what we have here is a movie created by SC Legacy. And this was a one-man cinematic. We have a guy on our team named Free Space, and he created the CG movie entirely on his own. No team. We don't pay anyone, you know. And it's just amazing what one man can do when he's really passionate about a game. So let's go ahead and roll that movie, and following is a short 20-second trailer for the sequel. This was released in 2009.
My hand. Very well. Adjudicator, recall the fleet. There are Zerg here that we must purge. Legends have a beginning, but a legacy lasts forever.
I love that guy. I'm amazed by what he can do by himself. And here's a trailer coming up here for the new one, so it's very exciting to me.
Have a beginning, but a legacy lasts forever.
Yeah. And that voice is actually the daughter of the original Kerrigan, who did the voice acting, so we got her to help out, so that's good. And he's improved a lot in 2 years, and he just does it just because he wants to, so that's awesome. So, where was I at? Oh, and I had to include this work in my presentation because I feel videos like these are some of the best representations of just how passionate our community is. So that's it for that. As it's plain to see, StarCraft 2 and its surrounding community provide enough quality entertainment to ensure you never have to leave your room again. And I recommend it. There's nothing good out there. And unless it's to come give a speech in Norway. Then you can leave. Yeah. Unless you're already in Norway. I hope you've enjoyed this little foray into the game I and millions of others are so passionate about. And I hope I've inspired you to explore a little bit more about the game. StarCraft 2, the demo is available on Blizzard.com for the very low price of 0 kroners. And the fan site I work for is sclegacy.com. If you want to hear more of my commentary, there's the YouTube address, SaharaDrac. And yeah, most of all, I hope some of you find an enjoyable new hobby because it's great. And if you don't play StarCraft, well, as my friend Tychus Finley would say, it would probably be a damn shame. Thank you.